Thursday morning here at Kinetic Carl's Super Secret Kinetic Lab of Wonders. The next phase here on the Barracuda at the right fender well here, and got the floor jack all set up so we can lift the tension off of the ball joints. See what we turn this straight out. We got a little floor jack action. Get underneath the end of this control arm where we're not. And it's raining, so a little pitter-patter sound you hear. The sounds of raindrops. What is that nut? Interesting. Okay. Those have probably got to be loosened with wrenches. So here, I'll head over. Guess I wasn't fully prepared. I kind of cleaned up around here and packed off the tool collection. So the 19 should be the top guy. There we go. So the floor jack should be holding the weight in this little, I think, yeah, it's clunking around. So I think I'm just gonna only have my one limb in here with the wrench. What do you want to bet the ball? Well, actually, I guess this would probably rotate with it if the ball were turning. I may have to, it may behoove me to do like I did with the tie rods or the Amero rods. North Amero rods, because, you know, there are the Americas that are in islands, or, you know, continental things. So yeah, want it to slip. Yeah, there we go. Okay. And we're just gonna buck up and use a socket, see if that'll speed up. Let's tighten, loosen. Maybe it's smaller. Socket's kind of feeling weird on there. I can never remember which ones are which around here, so I always have to go back and yeah, it was an 18, not a 19. 19 is the size for operating the tool. Got it. Well, for both tools, one broke and the other one got it. Oh, okay, that just spun off. Ooh, let's put more pressure. Oops, hey, come on now. Everybody, you know, we all signed an agreement that we'd get along today, right? Oh, Is that still spinning? Yeah. Okay, vice grip. Why aren't you stopping that thing from spinning? Am I grabbing that thing? Because there's what I'm trying to grab. I don't know if my head's, I don't think my head's in the way. But there's definitely, we're gonna go get the full width of these pliers. Maybe the very tip of the jaw is just not enough contact. And then I'll vice grip garage this. Oh yeah, wow. Now, there, if that slips, we'll have to get Derek to cross country in one of his, I don't have a car, well I have this car, this isn't my car, but you know, from get him to come out here to get us unstuck, but I think, or operate the vice grips for me since he's vice grip garage, I think. Here we go. Hey, crescent wrench light. Switch direction again on me. Go figure. Okay, here we go. Things are, if I didn't have the jack, this would, as soon as that thread cut loose, this would then go bam and drop and sling. This upper part would just sling out at me. So yeah, but kind of, actually I'll scooch back just in case it decides to do that anyhow. Yeah, see, it did sling out. So there's the castle nut, castle, oh, you know, that's what was keeping everything together. And they call it a castle nut because it has kind of a look of a top of a castle spire or whatever you call that, you know, where they throw the dead cows, you know, if you're the guy on the ground trying to assault the castle, you know, they're gonna be, that's where the dead cows are gonna be coming from, or the Frenchmen clapping and farting in your general direction. Oh, I think the thread's got a little beggared up on that one, so I'll put that on as far as I can. Or do I, you know what? We'll just put that in the can of parts that came off this side of the vehicle. And then not worry about it. And this one's a 22 millimeter. I'm actually using a 20, it's already loose, so it should be fine. That ball joint didn't keep spinning. I'm thinking that one, I don't know. We'll know more when that comes off. But there's another castle nut. Again, I had it in upside down. And this is the end that the tool was working against. I think you can see that black on there. Yeah, there is a little footprint from where the tool pressed it. But it's a very minor thing to deal. And that nut's probably not coming back anyhow. In that there's a interesting, that should drop out of there. I'm gonna tap on it and see what, there we are. I was like, I think what happened there was this bar, if it weren't for the jack, has got a spring making it go down, which actually pushes it right back onto the thing that we just pushed off of. So this sort of got retightened just a little bit, and that's why I had to tap it to get it to come out. But there is the lower ball joint, and this piece right here, this whole arm and everything comes in, a brand new one comes in the kit. The upper piece, brand new one in the kit that's in the car. He's had all that for 20 years. He bought this car 20 years ago. And so now we've got, see, there's I can see dry as a bone, dry as a bone. These are next for the Marvel Mystery Oil Soakin'. But first off, before I go much further, I'm gonna get my tape and my Sharpie out, and I'm gonna pin this up as front right so I don't screw it up. And I'm gonna wrap the tape around the part that I'm keeping. This part, the spindle, we're keeping, and this arm is going away, and we'll have a new one. All right, so that's too big to fit in the can for right-hand parts, but oh, we've got a vice grip part gun here. And there you go. This bit is the control arm, and I know we need to keep this upper part. So at this point, I have a little more cleaning to do around here so I can see what I've got to play with, but somehow this all comes off of this control arm. And I think I also have the upper rubber stuff for, well, you can't see, for right here and right here. This, if you'll see, this can move up and down. Right now, it's the rubber that's there is actually dampening it really well. It hardly, I mean, it has a favorite spot, which it's probably been in for the last, well, since 1966. I'll refrain from doing math in front of you. But, yep, there we are. So, yeah, I got to figure out how to get that out of there now. I think it's more of the same puller, but now a pusher. I don't know. I'll work it out. I'm not. So I think I'll wrap this video up right here. We're at 12 minutes, which is a really nice quick time. And we'll move on. I'm kind of curious. Might as well keep it on. Hang on 1 second. We still have, you know, I like to, before I'm done, I like to get all my tools out. Well, I still have a tool in work, which is this jack. Let's just see. I'm predicting that that arm will go down a ways, and then the shock absorber is going to stop it from just completely hitting the floor. If that shock weren't there, I wouldn't be surprised if it would swing down and strike the floor. If the rubbers that it, you know, because there's also bushings and stuff back here that have to be replaced. This suspension will be all cherry when it's all done. This is the most complete suspension I've done in a while, especially on an old classic like this. You don't get to work on these every day. So there, I'm relaxing the jack, and as I predicted, the shock absorber, you know, only goes out so far. So now that is actually a good, probably 3 inches down from where it was before I put the jack under it. So that, you know, that whole assembly that I just pulled out holds this part up much higher. But now it's still got tension on it, but the shock absorber's out as far as it goes, and that's just fine. That's an old shock, so if we hurt that by sucking on it like that, it won't be any loss, because that shock, I'm pretty sure, is done. It probably has, you know, a real low performance curve right now. As anything that has rubber or plastic from, you know, that might not be 1966. That could be more concurrent, but still, it's probably a good 20-30-year-old shock. Yeah, it's probably 20-30 years old versus 50 or 60. Okay, so I'm gonna sign off here. Kinetic Carl, Super Secret Kinetic Lab of Wonders on a Wheel Well Thursday. And I still have the left side to do, so there'll be one more here, I guess.